could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they're scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds, they can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for...
What up, Finn fans? Welcome to another episode of the Finn Posse Podcast. I'm your host, Big C, and this is brought to you by Game Changers Media. How is everybody doing this morning? And hello to Michael K. also. All them Finn fans and Michael K. also. How is everybody doing this morning? Sorry, running a little bit behind. I had to run up to work this morning, of course. Michael Lombardo, good morning. Cosa Nostra, good morning. Michael K., good morning. Aquavision, good morning. Elwood, good morning. Travis, good morning. Miller, good morning. Anyone catch Coach's Media this day? Sealer, hold, and back on the menu, boys. Listen, Zach Saylor is probably going to hold in. Zach Sealer is a top 10 defensive tackle in this league. He's a top 10 defensive tackle in this league. Players of that caliber are not comfortable going into a season where they have no guaranteed money. They're not comfortable going into a season where they have no money and they could suffer a major injury and they could lose everything. They have everything to lose and very little to gain. Pete's Take, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, the season is here. I'm so super excited about that. Big C, he's rated 14th. Meanwhile, when you have good culture, players don't hold in. Did I mention that James Cook is a full participant? I mean, James Cook knows that he doesn't have the leg to stand on. Josh Allen is the going force of that team. James Cook knows the caliber of backups this team has. that the Buffalo Bills have, and you know what I mean. What's James Cook gonna do? What's James Cook gonna do? He has no choice but to play because this Buffalo Bills offense is predicated on its success from Josh Allen. Again, James Cook is a team player because he has no choice but to be a team player. Because this Buffalo Bills offense will run just as good without James Cook. They're a run first team every year with Josh Allen's legs. But Josh Allen is the key to success for that Buffalo Bills offense. Yeah, James Cook had a bunch of touchdowns, but like Pete State said, he had just over 1,000 yards. Josh Allen, you take Josh Allen off the Buffalo Bills, James Cook is nothing. Teams play the Buffalo Bills worrying about Josh Allen, slowing down Josh Allen. They'll allow other people to get theirs. It's about stopping Josh Allen, his yards per carry probably were better than Achane. Look at the offensive line, Devon. Look at the offensive line Achane was running behind. Glenn, but it's still predicated off the legs of Josh Allen too. Josh Allen is not only their quarterback, but he is their top rushing option also. Now you don't got to lead the team in rushing yards to be the top leading rusher. Pete's take, I disagree. I believe it was the offensive line. If you're not opening up holes for your running back, you're right. Saquon Barkley wouldn't do anything behind this offensive line. We've seen Saquon Barkley be behind a bad offensive line, and he wasn't what he is last year. We've seen him have bad seasons with the New York Giants behind a bad offensive line. Again, Michael K., it's not about the amount of runs that Josh Allen has scripted in the playbook. Steelers contract should be the first to be addressed in free cap space to sign Brunskill, maybe Rasul Douglas in a future practice squad. I'm not on board with Rasul Douglas. I think it's another example of Jordan Poyer. The running game is Josh Allen, though. When he's back to pass and there's nothing open and Josh Allen takes off. But enough about Josh Allen. He's a great player. I'm not sitting here talking about these Buffalo Bills. Good morning, Bonnie. How are you doing? Five QBs and a keyed on running game. C killed the season. No balance. McDaniel gets figured out easier. Absolutely, Glenn. Josh Allen does make everybody around him better. And that's what I mean is that Josh Allen, teams are so concerned with Josh Allen that they'll allow James Cook to run the football. What's up, JD the Great? again, the Miami Dolphins offense will be way different this year. Again, Tua has to stay healthy. That's number one. That's number one. But if this offensive line can improve, if Jonah Savinea can come in and play not like a rookie, if James Daniels comes in healthy, this Miami Dolphins offense will be completely different. Rasul Douglas is a liability, just like Gilmore. We need to trade for a caliber player or wait for cuts, extend Micah and Sealer and fix the holes. I disagree on extending Minka Fitzpatrick. I disagree on extending Minka. Listen, he's like top 3 in safety pay right now. And he doesn't have a lot of guaranteed money left. But there's no way I'm extending Minka before he steps on the practice field for the Miami Dolphins. I'm not extending Minka unless he shows this team something first. Glenn says our running game is the key. Absolutely. Absolutely. If we can run the football successfully, if we can be consistent running the football, you can't play 2 deep safeties on us. If you can't play 2 deep safeties on us, we go back to 2023 and we're throwing the rock down the field and this offense is zooming. Minka doesn't deserve a new bag. He's still one of the top paid safeties in the league. The only way I can see it is because it could benefit us is you give him you fully guarantee his contract, turn his contract this year into a signing bonus to open up cap space for us to make a move. Pete, who else is on the pup list? I didn't see that. I've been at work all morning. I didn't see who was on the pup list this morning. I thought we did pretty well as far as Darren Waller was on the pup list and Liam Eichenberg. But other than that, I didn't see a bunch of names. Again, Miller, what leverage does he have? He has 2 years left on his contract. Oh, if he Waller was a given that he was going to be on the pup list. And none of these guys are the long-term pup list that we described yesterday. Irving, what's up, brother? What's up? Mike McDaniel said Liam on the pup will be out for weeks. I mean, we did sign a offensive lineman yesterday, and he's more or less a camp body. Daniel Brunskill, a former 49er, Mike McDaniels, he has knowledge of Brunskill from his time with the 49ers. He is kind of a Liam Eichenberg. He can play center, he can play guard, he's played tackle. Chase Daniels didn't start on the pup list. I mean, James Daniels? Yeah, I was surprised James Daniels wasn't on the pup list. I was a little surprised that Jalen Phillips wasn't on the pup list. Finspin said, after getting burned by premature Ramsey and Hill contracts, I don't think they're in a hurry to leap without looking anytime soon. Listen, I agree, Finspin. If you continue to do the same stupid stuff that you've always done, you know what I mean? Learn from your mistakes. No, I don't care. Listen, Minka wants to be in South Florida. Don't get it messed up. His whole family lives in South Florida. His whole family lives in South Florida. Minka just had a child. He wants to be with his family. So that whole that whole thing that's going around, that does Minka ever want to be here? Is he unhappy? He wants to be here. He wants to be here. I agree, Glenn. He needs to practice at one position. Just like, listen, Liam Eichenberg, and I'm one of the biggest critics of Liam Eichenberg. I don't think we should have re-signed him whatsoever. But Liam Eichenberg hasn't gotten a fair shake in the league. He's never had an opportunity to grow at one position. He's never had an opportunity to get better at one position. He comes in at left guard. All of a sudden, hey, we need you at center. We need you at right guard. We need you at tackle. Give this guy at least an opportunity, a fair shake at one position. Listen, you're a left guard. You're a right guard. This is what you are. I don't care who gets injured at center. You're the left guard. And see what he can become. I mean, we drafted him in the second round for a reason. Weaver needs to unleash Cam Smith and let him move around in the Joker role. Listen, Cam Smith has all the physical tools to be a success in the league. He needs to be able to put it together. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share. We're sitting at 799 subs. I was waiting for that 800 one to come in yesterday. Super stoked about that. Trying to get to that 800. That's a milestone. I appreciate you all. And make sure you turn on the notifications, because sometimes we run a little late. You know, sometimes life pops up, you know. Wasn't Cam Smith dealing with injuries too? He wasn't on PUP, so we know finally get to see if the kid can put it together. You know, maybe Cam Smith just isn't a practicer, folks. You know, I watched Cam Smith, and he didn't get a lot of opportunities last year. But that drive against the Buffalo Bills, were driving down the field to kick that game-winning field goal against us, the 60-yarder by Bass. And Josh Allen was targeting Cam Smith on that drive. And Cam Smith wasn't doing a horrible job. I think Josh Allen threw 4 or 5 passes right in a row at Cam Smith. And Cam Smith had stopped them on third down if Jordan Poyer wouldn't have got that unnecessary roughness call against Coleman. Cam Smith had stopped Coleman on that play. He was there in coverage. So maybe Cam Smith can be something, but maybe he's just not showing up in practice. Some players just don't practice well. Some players are just gamers. Finspin said, I'm still trying to crack 50 subs, laugh out loud. Brother, you'll get there. You'll get there. Finspin, we can do a show together. I mean, I'm not big time. Well, hopefully you could grab some subs off that, brother. Johnny Bravo, what's up? What's up? He was better at center. Fine, then make him a center. You know what I mean? Just put him at one spot. Put him in one spot. Let him grow. If he being injured, that bothers me, because I think if he can be really good, if he's actually really good at the nickel. So if you move Cater Kohu out to the edge, out to the border, if he could play that slot position, that nickel corner position, he's actually really good at the nickel corner spot. And then you could bring in Dante Trader Jr. or Ashton Davis to play alongside Minka. I don't think Cam Smith makes the team this year. He will not into it. Boss, I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, Michael Lombardo. I'm not sure if Cam Smith doesn't make the team. They're so light at cornerback that I feel like it's almost a given that he makes the team, but whether he starts, that's another story. Octane Genius says, put some milk on your nose. It'll help it heal up quick. I had some years ago. You had some what years ago? That's not a herpy or nothing, bro. It was a zit that I messed with, man. Yeah, it was a zit that I put some toothpaste on because toothpaste is supposed to dry it out. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, to be honest. It's terrible, though. I know you didn't say it was herpy, but it's just like I had some of those years ago. Yeah, these rookies have more on their plate this year than in recent years. Didn't Greer say he was targeting immediate impact rookies? Time to find out. You know, Miller, usually he doesn't target immediate impact rookies. We're usually always getting the guy that has potential that can't come in, you know, and start right away. But I feel like this list of rookies that we have this year, we need them to produce this year. We need them to come in and produce for this team this year. So, I mean, how you put milk on it? Milk will just drip off. Laugh out loud. I wanted to ask what that was, Big C. Yeah, man. Listen, I had a little zit, and I've always had good skin, fairly good skin. You know what I mean? Like I never went through acne or nothing when I was a kid. But if I get a zit, they do turn out bad. Like they just turn into something crazy. Yeah, Pete Steak. I was trying to get a nose job. You caught me, or a nose ring. You caught me. Let it dry naturally. All right, I'm gonna try it. Thank you, Octane. Aquavision is a Holland stand. I can fully say Minka. I found Big C when he was doing a Holland jersey giveaway. Laugh out loud. But this Minka impact will overshadow what Holland did. It'll pass. Yeah, it'll go away. It'll go away. Like I said, I've never had a problem with acne or nothing. But when I do get a zit, I don't know. They go out of control. So Miller, are you saying Minka's better than Holland or Holland's better than Minka? So Miller, are you saying that? Day one, what up, brother? Let's go. Let's go. The NFL season is here. You gotta be pumped. We gotta be positive. Listen. I'm not gonna be a homer. If things aren't good, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it how it is. But I still have faith in this team. I don't think a team that's made the playoffs 2 years, and then we were very close to making the playoffs last year, even though so many things went horribly wrong. I mean, we went into the last week of the season with an opportunity to make the playoffs, and it was a low chance. There was a low percentage that we were going to make the playoffs. But as many things as bad that happened to us last year, Tua missing 6 games, Tyreek being hurt the whole year, the offensive line, terrible, absolutely terrible. Mostert not having the season that we thought he would have. Jalen Phillips getting hurt again. Bradley Chubb never coming back. We still were had an opportunity to make the playoffs the last week of the season. You know what I mean? We still had an opportunity. So I don't understand how people are saying this team 6 wins, this team 5 wins. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think this team has improved over last year's, except the cornerback position. That's the only area on this team that I feel is worse this year. I think our defensive line, you could argue, yeah, we lost Calais Campbell. We lost Calais Campbell, which hurts, And I blame Chris Greer on that because I think if we gave him a bigger contract offer, he'd be here. I think Calais would have stayed if we would have gave him a bigger contract. You can't tell me that Arizona has a better chance of winning this year than the Miami Dolphins. I just don't see it. But even so, even with Calais leaving, we addressed the trenches in the draft. We went out and got perhaps the most physically dominating defensive tackle in this draft. Kenneth Grant is going to do amazing things for this defense. Is he going to have the sack numbers that Calais had? No, I don't think he is. But he is going to open up things from day one. He is going to demand to be double teamed from day one. He's too much man for one individual to handle. He is going to open things up for others to make plays from day one. I think we could see something this year from Jordan Phillips. And maybe not from the defensive tackle position, but you put Jordan Phillips maybe out to the left or the right of the defensive tackle. Or if we play any 4-3 this year, he's subbing in for Zach Sealer or for Kenneth Grant. Even Zeke Biggers. Zeke Biggers is the biggest of these defensive tackles that we've drafted. Run stopping downs. I like our defensive line as a whole better than I did last year. Thank you, Day One. Yeah, we got, Michael K., you're going to eat those words. It wasn't a stretch at Grant at 13. He's not going to be a bust. If anybody's going to be a bust from the defensive line of Michigan, it's gonna be the other kid, because he was the one that was able to eat because of Kenneth Grant demanding them double teams. But yeah, defensive line, I like this defensive line better than last year's. I do. I'm going to miss Calais. He was fantastic for us. But let's not forget, Calais played a very low number of snaps. He didn't play nearly as many snaps as a full-time starter typically does. Grant was a known player targeted by 3-4 teams after our pick. Laugh out loud, horrible. You're saying I have a horrible take, Miller? Linebackers. I like the linebacker unit better this year. You add KJ Britt. He's a run stopping linebacker. Willie Gay Jr., great in coverage. Super Bowl champion. To go along with Jordan Brooks, who's been the best linebacker I believe we've had inside linebacker since Zach Thomas. Tyrell Dodson, even though Michael K., he was cut by the Bills. Yeah, he was cut against the Bills. He was a 2-down lineman going against inferior players in college. He's going to be on the field 3 times. he's like, okay, he's going to be on the field all 3 downs. Johnny Bravo, I feel like we should have traded up into the second round when Will Johnson dropped. I feel like we should have used our draft picks and tried to trade up, and maybe we would have only got. I mean, we didn't get nothing besides Kenneth Grant, Jonah, and a bunch of late round guys. Like our 3rd, 4th round pick, they were both gone. I would have used some draft capital even next year. Even next year to move up into the second to get Will Johnson. Will Johnson was a top 10 talent that dropped to the second round. And day one, that's right. This is my truth. And it's not being a fan. It's not being a fan. This is how I truly see it. It's my truth, and you don't have to agree with me. You know what I mean? I go into every off season, every season, trying to do the best thing for this individual season, because tomorrow's never guaranteed. Tomorrow's never guaranteed. I've gone my whole life without seeing a Miami Dolphin victory. If I got to mortgage the future to get a Super Bowl ring here in Miami, I'm going to do it, brother. I'm going to do it. And that's just what I'm going to do. So I say screw them draft picks in the future. We have a quarterback that, if remains healthy, can be good enough. We have Tyreek Hill, who is one of the greatest athletes in the whole NFL at wide receiver. We have a good team. We have a good team that, if the Miami Dolphins just did a little bit more and brought the right players in, we could win a super freaking bowl. We could win a Super Bowl. But the way we're currently constructed, we got a bear covered at cornerback. I can't believe we're going into the season, into training camp. Training camp is so close to the season, and the cupboard is still bare. But again, back to this team, to this year to last year, when everybody thinks we're dropping to a 5-6 win team. I like our linebackers better. The addition of KJ Britt and Willie Gay Jr. to Terrell Dodson and Jordan Brooks. Not to mention, we get Bradley Chubb back. Bradley Chubb was probably having the best year of his career before he went down in 2023. And he's coming back from a major injury, but he's had plenty of time to recover. I expect Bradley Chubb to be a force this year. You're getting Jalen Phillips back. Jalen Phillips has all the potential in the world. He was on pace for his first 10-sack season. He had 7.5 sacks in only half a season before he went down. We didn't have these guys on this team last year. Yeah, we had Jalen Phillips for a little bit before he got re-injured, but we didn't have these guys. You're adding those to the defense. You're adding Chop Robinson, who didn't have to go through the whole offseason of being a track star, and that's what he had to do. That's what Chop Robinson had to do last year, getting ready for the draft. He's had interviews saying, this year I was able to get ready for the season like a true football player. I feel a million times better. Last year, I was in just underwear trying to get faster, because that's what's important for the combine, is how fast you run. This year, he gets to come in football shape, a year under his belt, and we've seen what he was able to do the last 3/4 of the season last year. Chop Robinson was one of the best pass rushers in the league the last 3/4 of the season last year. So I expect big things from Chop Robinson this year. Not to mention Kenneth Grant in there eating up them double teams. Someone's coming free, folks. Someone's coming free. Let's move back to safety. Javon Howland and Jordan Poyer were absolutely horrible last year. Absolutely horrible. Now, Ashton Davis, he's got more career turnovers than Javon Howland does. These guys are Iffy and Ashton Davis are big, physical, intimidating safeties. You bring Minka Minka's better than Howland ever was. Dante Trader Jr., he's not a great athlete, but he is a student of the game. He is a worker. He is a workaholic. The safety position, in my opinion, is way better this year. Way better. But we have the holes at corner. Let's go to the offensive side of the ball. Tyreek Hill came into the season hurt. Tyreek Hill came in hurt. The offensive line, Robert Jones, Liam Eichenberg, and yeah, we had Teron Armstead last year. But Teron Armstead, how many games did we watch him limp over to the sideline? And Teron Armstead is great. And do I think that Patrick Paul is going to be Teron Armstead this year? No. But do I think Patrick Paul can be good enough this year to get this offensive line can he hold his own at left tackle? Sure. Austin Jackson dealt with a bunch of injuries last year. When Jackson was healthy, we were able to run the ball to the right side. When Isaiah Wynn came in and we had Austin Jackson over there, we were able to run the ball to the right side. You bring in James Daniels, Jonas Avenaya. I believe this offensive line is going to be better. Now, do I have proof of that? No, we got to see these guys on the field. But I don't believe that they can be worse. Joe Risk, teams always overpay. He's young. He has potential. You know what I mean? Javon Holland's young. He's had seasons that he's been successful. The Giants are hoping that they can turn back the clock and he can be that player that he was his first 2 years in the league. Listen, I think Patrick Paul he's going to be better. I don't think he's that much of a liability. I think we're going to be able to run the ball. Devon Achane, he showed that, if you can open up holes for him, he's fantastic. He's a weapon that you can use in the passing game. He can run the football. Jalen Wright, people are saying he looks fantastic in the limited time this offseason. Ollie Gordon Jr., I really have high hopes for him. I think he can be that short yardage back for us. He was the best running back in college football 2 years ago. He had a down year last year, but that team was horrible. But he was the best college running back 2 years ago. You went into last season thinking that he was going to be a Heisman Trophy candidate. Receivers, we get Javon Howland, a healthy Tyreek Hill who looks more motivated this year. Yeah, we took a hit at tight end. Jonnu Smith got traded away. But Darren Waller has a higher ceiling than Jonnu ever had. But even if Darren Waller comes in and lays an egg, this offense has shown you that they can they can produce without huge production from the tight end. 2023, Durham Smythe was our number one tight end. We had the number one offense in all of football. So I'm not worried about it. Listen, I think Darren Waller can be a boomer bust. But if regardless, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. Nick Westbrook-Akine, he brings you a bigger body red zone target. He can't be any worse than Odell was for us last year. Malik Washington, I have high hopes for him. I think he's going to be improved this year. And then you got Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa is a good quarterback, folks. Tua is a good quarterback, but he can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy, and that more than anything can ruin this season. So again, that leaves us. Do you think we should sign Font? No, I don't. We need to find a trade partner and find us a corner. We need to find us a cornerback. Screw that tight end. We need a corner because this corner room is the worst in the league. This cornerback room is the worst in the league. Paul Jonah Brewer. No, I think it's going to be Paul Daniels Brewer, Jonah Jackson. Listen, he's a 5th, 6th round draft pick. There's a reason he's a 6th round draft pick. Typically, those are special team guys, bro. Now, could he be something? I'm hoping he is. But we got to keep it realistic. We got to be realistic. You want a 5th, 6th round draft pick to come in and start day one, be your number 1, number 2 corner. Now let's take a look. I want to take a look at some of these rookies that we've drafted. Let's see. Defensive backs. Quarters only. Damn pop-ups. See if we can't find them. It's said corners only shit. See, he was the 20th ranked corner in the draft. 20th ranked corner in the draft. He's got 4.49 speed. I mean, that's all right. He's 22 years old. Tackling 67, run defense 74, cover 75, zone 74, man press 72. Projected in the 6th round, positional rank number 32. Draft profile. Jason Marshall Jr. hails from Miami, Florida, where he started at Presbyterian at the University of Florida. Marshall quickly made his mark on the Gator secondary. He appeared in all 13 games as a true freshman in 2021, starting 7 contests and recording 23 tackles and an interception. His sophomore campaign saw him start all 13 games, racking up 29 tackles, 8 passes breakups, and another pick. Marshall's junior year in 2002 solidified his status as a shutdown corner as he started all 12 games and led the team with 10 passes breakups for the second straight season. Standing at 6'1" and weighing 200 pounds, Marshall possesses the ideal frame for an NFL corner. His combination of size, instincts, and ball skills have made him one of the top defensive prospects in the 24 NFL draft class. Prototypical size and length for an NFL boundary cornerback allows him to match up with bigger receivers on the outside, excels in press man coverage, using his long arms and strong hands to disrupt receivers at the line of scrimmage, displays excellent patience and technique when mirroring releases, rarely opening his hips too early for biting on double moves, shows impressive ball skills and awareness and zone coverage, consistently getting his head around to locate the football. Proven ability to match up against top-tier SEC receivers, showcasing his competitive and confidence in the high-pressure situations. Versatile defender with experience in various coverage schemes, making him a fit for multiple NFL defensive systems. Those are all great things to say. Let's read some of the weaknesses. Occasionally relies too heavily on his physical tools, leading to grabby play and potential penalties when beaten vertically. Can be inconsistent in run support, sometimes taking poor angles or falling percentage from blocks effectively. Needs to improve his tackling technique. May struggle initially against NFL caliber route runners who can exploit his occasional stiffness in transition. Listen, those aren't bad things. They say very good things. So Marshall definitely has an opportunity to be a good corner on this football team. I just think it's going to be rough for him to come into the league right away and be a number 1 or a number 2 guy. It's not Brandon Marshall's son, right? It's not Brandon Marshall's son, right? I was gonna say. You start talking about his pops. All right, let's take a look at another one of our rookie corners. Oh, um, this is BJ Adams, right? Brandon Adams. This is BJ, right? This is BJ, right? I just want to double check before I read all this stuff. I don't want to say the wrong guy. Well, I know we got BJ Adams. I'm out of UCF. I'm pretty sure this is him. 99% sure. I just wanted to 100% make sure. I don't want to sit here and read through all the stuff and it's not the guy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that. So Brandon Adams, 4.53 speed. Boasts exceptional arm length, 32 and a fourth, and 76 wingspan that allows him to disrupt receivers at the line, affecting passing lanes when technically sound. Shows promising press coverage skills at the line of scrimmage, delivering effective single hand jam that can knock receivers off their intended path. Tackles with a reliable form and physicality when squared up, demonstrating good finishing ability that shows up in strong technically metrics. Changes directions with adequate fluidity for a corner of his height, showing functional feet when mirroring underneath routes. Brings a physical edge to the boundary, working to squeeze receivers towards the sidelines and limit their operating space against the red line. And I like that from a corner. I like a corner that uses the boundary as another defender. You know what I mean? You got to realize that if you can squeeze a receiver towards the sideline, it limits the room they have to work with. Shows some real dog in his competitive approach, consistently looking to set a tone through physical play at the line. You got to love that. Versatile special teams experience across all four units, provides immediate value while he develops his defensive technique. You got to love that. Turned his best performance against top competition. That's one thing that's important to me, that you perform well against the upper echelon talent, that you don't just beat up on the cellar dwellers. You know what I mean? That when it's time to play the big game, you show up. Weaknesses: inconsistent coverage technique leads to grabby trenches, resulting in 16 career penalties. That's something that can be worked on, though. Shows below average performance in zone coverage. So he's definitely a man guy. Takes extra steps to gear down from full speed, allowing separation against sharp breaker routes due to his long strider build and moderate burst. Run support, runs hot and cold. Limited production in terms of ball skill with just 2 career interceptions, raising questions about his ability to create turnovers at the next level. Again, I like both those players. I like Marshall. I like BJ Adams. But we need to make a trade. If the Browns start off slow, would you trade for Denzel Ward? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now I know we're trying to keep our assets for the future, which I understand. But if you can get a young corner like the Kansas City Chiefs, the Dallas Cowboys got some young corners that are coming off their first contracts that they're not going to be able to re-sign. They're not going to re-sign. You're going to need corners for the future. I wouldn't give out huge deals. Probably Bland, the kid from Kansas City, and probably Ward. Either of the Cleveland corners, honestly. Ward or what's the other one? But we need help at the corner. We have a good enough team that, I believe we can, if we can steal a win against Buffalo, maybe lose an extra game, that we could compete for the division. Now I do think that this is the year of the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Ravens have made necessary moves where they're going to be absolutely fantastic this year. But injuries happen. And you never know when there's an opportunity for us to make a run because of an injury. And I don't want to win like that, but at the same time, I'm desperate and I'll take whatever I can get. I'll take whatever I can get. If we win a Super Bowl because Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, and Josh Allen all went down due to the injury, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll freaking take it. At this point, I'll take it. But I like our team for the most part. Bonnie, I don't know if Dallas really has a choice. I don't know if Dallas has a choice. Dallas can't pay everybody, Bonnie, and they still got to pay their pass run. They still got to pay Parsons. I mean, Miller, the SEC is not overrated. Stop it. That the SEC is the they are the mini NFL. Yeah, I mean, they definitely say nice things about Jason Marshall. Definitely. So it gives you hope for the future. I just don't have hope that he comes in and is an immediate factor. I think he's gonna take some growth. I think he's got potential for the future. Well, I know Dallas values them, but they paid CeeDee Lamb. Dak's got a huge contract. Um, they are just strapped. They are strapped right now. But yeah, the Miami Dolphins. I like the team that we have. I don't think we are a Super Bowl contender this year, unfortunately. But I definitely think that if a few things went right, that we could definitely. I think a successful season for us looks like us competing for a division title, and a lot of things are going to have to go right for us to do that. First and foremost, Tua Tagovailoa is going to have to remain healthy for the whole season. Buffalo is favored in every game this season. In every game, they're favored. But Buffalo has quite a few games that I feel like they could lose. There's quite a few games that I feel Buffalo could lose. Let's see. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. Week 1, Baltimore Ravens. Loss, absolute loss. I think the Baltimore Ravens are the team of the AFC this year. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson head to head. Lamar Jackson, you can't tell me he's not upset that he didn't win his 3rd MVP trophy, that Josh Allen stole it from him. Week 2, they should beat the Jets. Week 3, Miami. Loss. I'll be in the building for that one. Miami Dolphins are going to beat the Buffalo Bills week 3. They should beat the Saints. Typically, Buffalo loses one to the Patriots. Typically, Buffalo loses one to the Patriots. So we're going to say the Bills have 3 losses. They beat the Falcons. They beat the Panthers. Oh, the Chiefs is another game that the Buffalo Bills could lose. Typically, the Bills have the Chiefs number in the regular season. Kansas City beats them in the playoffs. But this is a game they could lose. That's 4 losses possible. Tampa Bay. Don't sleep on Tampa. Tampa could beat the Buffalo Bills. Houston beat Buffalo last year. That's a game that Bills could lose. We're talking 5-6 losses already. Pittsburgh. Buffalo could lose that game. It wouldn't be crazy if Buffalo lost that game. That's 6 losses. Cincinnati could beat the Buffalo Bills. That could be 7 losses. They'll beat the Patriots. They'll beat the Browns. They have Philadelphia. That could be 7-8 losses right there by the Bills. They'll beat the Giants. They'll beat the Bears. Well, that's preseason. A bad season by the Buffalo Bills could see them losing 7-8. Listen, Michael K., I didn't predict them to lose all those games. I said those are games that they could lose. Now, do I think Buffalo's going to lose that many games? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Don't get your britches and stitches, brother. Don't get. Listen, you say I got a 5-win team all the time. Don't squeeze them too tight. How dare you, Michael K? Well, I'll be up there, Michael K. We're going to meet in person. I'll be up there the night before. Again, I'm not predicting the Buffalo Bills to lose all those games. I'm just saying, listen, there's at least 7 games that the Buffalo Bills could lose. Now, I don't think that they're going to lose all those, obviously. The Buffalo Bills, more than likely, at max, will lose 4, maybe 5 games. But we're talking about if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, oh, what a world it would be. The Miami Dolphins would have an opportunity to catch the Buffalo Bills if things played out the right way for the Miami Dolphins. Well, I'm going to be there week 3. JD's going to be in the house. We getting a dub, and that's what there is. That's all there is to it. Just hopefully TD doesn't troll us and jinx us. You know what I mean? Hopefully he doesn't troll too much and he jinx us. I think TD's troll and jinxes us. He starts trolling too much, and I feel like it'll jinx us. So we need to get on TD's case and tell him to shut up and keep quiet that week. Tell him not to say nothing. Just be quiet. Not even show up to work to the AFC East roundtable. Don't even show up to work. Stay at home that week. Just keep quiet. Thank you, Edward. Thank you. Listen, I got some background that I'm working on right now. I mean, I got my old setup, but I got my new setup, and I'm trying to work on it, and I think it's gonna be dope. Carlos says, yes, please. TD, be quiet. Yeah, brother. Like, TD needs to just shut up for that day. I don't think it's possible for TD to stay quiet. Listen, I'm going to reach out to him. I'm going to say, listen, TD, that week, don't show up. Don't show up. Just be calm, cool, collective. Don't make no outlandish. Don't go on your show saying the Buffalo Bills are going to lose. Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa going to show you why he MVP when he don't believe that. Don't say stuff that's not real. Just keep quiet that day. Just keep quiet. Keep quiet. When TD starts trolling, that I feel like it jinxes us, man. He needs to just stay calm. Don't say nothing to Dan. Let Dan feel his cocky way. Let Dan boost his team up. So when Dan's sitting there watching Tua throw 4 touchdowns at Highmark Stadium, and Dan over there got his hand in his hand in his face in his hands, crying, we can just laugh. We can just laugh. Artie Burns left in crutches and Matos left in helicopter. Who the hell is Matos? JD, I know it doesn't have nothing to do with the field, brother, but I believe in the football gods. I believe in them. You have a better chance of asking Trump to be quiet. Yeah. Listen, I want the win. Any chance of a win. If I gotta sprinkle salt around Hallmark Stadium and do a rain dance or something, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm sick of losing. Richie's a troll. Richie's a troll just as much as TD is. And Carlos, I don't know if you've seen, but I've been on the AFC East Roundtable numerous times. And those guys are cool guys. You know what I mean? Very, very nice guys. But they all do their own trolling. The only one that has any room to talk on there is Dan. You know what I mean? Dan Mitchell's the only one that has any room to talk, and I'll let Michael K let you know about Dan Mitchell. His feelings about Dan Mitchell. Matos is a foreign exchange player. Yeah. Someone needs to steal Josh Allen's helmet. Let's steal Josh Allen's helmet. I'll steal Josh Allen's helmet. We'll play Thurman Thomas all over again in the Super Bowl, baby. Dort Mitchell is an idiot. We'll steal Josh Allen's helmet just like Thurman lost his helmet in the Super Bowl. Glenn, it's not that I let him run over me. It's just I'm actually a pretty shy person. I'm actually a pretty shy person. You know what I mean? And I'm just happy that they invite me to be on their show. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Let's get that extra sub today. Spread the news. Let people know that they can come over here and talk football. You know, I'm not here to say that I'm better than anybody else or that they're, you know what I mean? I think I have a unique perspective on the Miami Dolphins. I call it how I see it. I am a fan, but I try not to let the fandom, interrupt me. You know what I mean? I don't let it dictate me. I truly call it how I don't allow my hatred for an individual player or my love for an individual player change my opinion on what I believe to be true. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, Glenn. Again, I see this team as a team that absolutely can compete for a playoff spot because they've done that the last 3 years. What's so different about this team this year? Again, the team, it falls upon the health of Tua Tagovailoa. And, we got training camp that's upon us. The team will start. They'll practice today. Hopefully we get some news out of practice. But yeah, I like our chances if we remain healthy. And that's something that we haven't been able to do the last 3 or 4 years. But I love you all. Let's get that last follower. I appreciate you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. And you know what it is. Fins up, baby. Peace.
Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they see me. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing